All right, are we live? Why do I always ask that? Do you know why I always ask that? What the hell is this hair? Okay. Do you know why I always ask that? It's because I genuinely don't know if I'm live or not. Okay. Whatever. So, welcome back. We're gonna do the second half of the album. I just set myself literally just now before I click start streaming. I just went through the entire first part of the album again. Um, Literally just went through them, and I gotta say, I kind of like the album more. Um, I really start to really like the track Zero Code, which is which is the track that we stopped on yesterday, and it's very sweet. It's such a sweet and like a cute song. I really liked it. And I feel like that is one of my favorite track of the entire album so far. Zero Coke and a small 50 show window. But yeah, man, this album. Yesterday we left off on a very uh, good track, which is Zero Coke, and then my I already described my entire experience listening to it, and it's genuinely a really good album so far. But I'm not gonna lie, today's energy, I'm a little bit low energy because I think I did not have enough sleep yesterday night, did not have good enough sleep yesterday night, and I went through the entire day of work, like just barely able to be awake. And I got back home, I took a shower, took a little nap, and then after the nap, I have to help my dad do some household shit, like fixing, putting things, go out and buy things and all that. And I just got back home and I just sat down and listened through this album. So I am energy very low, but I am still excited to listen to this next half of the album, Top Spot, Another Dimension. Now, I don't know what to expect, but already I already have a really good impression of the album already. As I said yesterday, I did not expect Top to be such an emotional guy, and the lyrics is also um, personal, deep, and it's just very emotional album so far. And I really like how personal it is. It's kind of like one-to-one album, a one-to-one conversation that he's giving out to his fans, which his loyal fans, and you can tell that this guy is a really good man. He's a good man. Um, obviously he smoked marijuana, which I don't really know how is that like the worst crime you can have. For some reason, there are like some male artists out there doing sexual harassment, sexual assault, all those type of worse shit, and they're still doing having a career in Korea. Well, my guy only smoked marijuana and now he can't even go anywhere because it can't even appear anywhere in the public media in Korea because no, marijuana is worse, I guess. Um, but whatever. We're gonna, but actually no, we can't just whatever that. That brings up a really good, it gives a really good context to what really his mindset is going to this album. He also a lot of the tracks gives out the context of how he was struggling. Studio 55 is a good one, and also a small filthy show window describe how he feels about the entire Big Bang thing, and during the time and all that. And now he's like, he's like, this is the beginning of his next chapter. So I am excited to see what's gonna come up for the rest of the album. Based on what we heard, I only have good expectation going forward here. So hopefully the next, I don't know, one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 7 tracks is just gonna be as good as how it was yesterday. Yesterday we actually only listened to like 5 tracks, but today we're gonna finish all of it, and by the end we're gonna rate every single track one by one, and then give an overall rating to the entire album. Now I think it's gonna be way better than Ari Ran BTS just because of the quality. Actually I shouldn't say quality because quality is it's different for everyone, right? But for me, the quality about of this album so far is on its like how deep and how rooted the lyrics, the melody, everything is to the artist himself. While the BTS aria round, yes, there are a few tracks that is good, but most of them it just sounds like songs that are just trying to make for the radio. It doesn't really attach to any of the members' personality. You know what I'm saying? That's at least that's the vibe I'm getting. But hopefully the rest of this album is going to be just as amazing as the first half. We're not going to talk about any other artists. We're just going to talk about Top today. And you know what? Let's just get into it. Let's just get right into it. So this is the first track we're going to listen to today. Another Dimension. Holy dude. And like 7 exclamation marks. Does that mean anything? Probably not. But let's give this a listen. Okay.
Noisy words stack it up 침묵의 아픈 치료 난 빌어서 떠오르려 나 소리쳐 우주미로 Stack it up more stack it up Noisy word more stack it up 내 영과 육신 맞춰져 달과 수신 Stack it up make it up stack it up back it up more Fuck him up 또 위대한 소리를 광야를 back it up more 우주미로 Fuck him up fuck him up fuck him up 내 세영과 육신 이 밤의 달의 신 I drove beauty just move music feel like it rich to see 지난 과거 멀미야 더 큰 미래 위에 I drove beauty just more music feel like it rich to see 지난 과거 멀미야 찬란한 미래 위에
This painting is another mix showing his Da Vinci smart.
여긴 어때 내리지 볕에 험한 생각 관념을 벗어내 절대적인 온도의 형태 어때 여긴 어때 여긴 어때 내리지 볕에 험한 생각 관념을 벗어내 절대적인 온도의 형태 어때 여긴 어때
내 토끼고 아주 빵빵한 이야기꾼 살짝 열어볼까 판도라 상자 속 잡동사니고 내 토끼고 길이 달라 볼리 던지고 완전 보내버린 소비지 던지고 눈을 감고 뒤자 이지고 이지고 이지고
여긴 어때 내리지 볕에 험한 생각 관념을 벗어내
Who is this guy? Is this a feature? That was pretty good, you know. Again, I haven't felt like one of the tracks is like a bit like it's like all the tracks we heard so far has immense attention paid into each and single one of the 1 seconds of them. Like even this track, at first I thought this is gonna be the worst track we heard so far. But still, you can see there's like he's having fun. The flow's amazing. you can really tell that he's having fun. He's just being himself in the flow, the lyrics. This is just like the typical rap lyrics. Yeah, fuck 'em up, yeah, 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 stack it up, yeah, yeah, breaking records, whatever shit is. But I do find it interesting that he just keeps on mentioning moon. Now, what does that really mean? I still don't really understand. What is this moon thing? He just keep on talking about moon. Like there's one line, my body and soul in sync with the moon. What does that mean? I don't know. And then the chorus, or at least the first chorus, I draw beauty, just moon music. Feel like Curie, Coach Dury, juicy. Bro, what are you talking about? I don't know what he's talking about. I genuinely don't know what he's talking about, but hey, the flow's sick. I like how, there's a lot of moment where he's just having fun. He's like, ooh, ooh, yeah, just giving all these ad libs that just, it really shows the energy that he's putting out. And I really like the chorus, or at least the guy singing. I don't even know who is that, a feature or is that just him? To be honest, it sounds pretty good. It's not good, but it's like catchy. It's like interesting because of the vocal tone that the guy was singing in, high pitch. It sounds like, I really want to know what does the lyrics means. Obviously, I'm just looking through them through the Genius lyrics translation, and also this translation is just made up by community and the community by community I mean like a few people. So I don't really know if these translations are valid. So they do feel a bit weird, or at least I don't understand what they're trying to say. But it is a very, again, I'll be honest, it is the least in your face track so far. The message and the theme, or at least the sound of the track, is a bit more subtle. And the structure is also very, very different. But it's not a bad track. It's not a bad track. If Zero Coke is at 8, and a small beauty show window is at 8.5. This is a solid 7. I give it a solid 7. I like the man singing part. The singing part was actually pretty catchy. Let's hear.
여긴 어때 내리 제벽대 험한 생각관념을 벗어내 절대적인 온도의 형태 어때 여긴 어때.
I liked how the sounds, the voice sounds very weird. And again, I want to emphasize like how much detail and how much attention is given to each seconds of the track. That is not something that I even notice, or at least feel like in the BTS album. This one, it feels like Top really does want to make sure the albums, every tracks has been given enough attention, that the lyrics, the melody, productions, everything, it feels full. It feels like it is tracks. They are tracks that's been worked on for months or even weeks. It really does feel like that. And I really like it. But yeah, it's a strong 7 to an 8. I'm gonna give it a 7, so 7 for now. But yeah, let's move on to the next track, So Chaos. I don't know what's gonna be, but again, hey, I'm excited for every single track because all of them has been so great so far. So how many so did I said? I don't know. Let's move on. Okay.
서울시에 사는 기분 매일 맛이 가는 기분 분홍 날개를 단 예쁜 코끼리와 눈이 돌아간 다람쥐들 기억나는 새도 자극적인 행복 The left wings, the right wings 올라타 내 열기구 떨어지면 고기 덩어리들 구름 위를 걷는 기분 That's amazing 피자를 부르자 얼씨구 절씨구 높은 하늘의 이맞춤 우주 안에 한 핏줄 어중이도 떠중이도 떠돌이들 떠올라타 내 기구 가위바위보 굴려가는 림보 스펙트럼 네 지구에 너는 내 드라이버 난 매일밤 fancy bomb 오방색 무지개 드럼이제 홀로그램 즐기고 내 음악은 미술 영국이쯤 브라탄 뮤즘 리얼 lovely move kissing with Kevin crew we perfectly like metal major and LMS Yo, 서울시의 여러분 다 입에 무게가 폰 원산지는 대한민국 이산적이고 Yeah, 미세먼지 타고 Pump up the volume 하늘 나는 기분 Hello, hi, I'm so high 쩍 핥아 봐라 떨어지는 땀방울 나약해라 주전부리 완벽한 먹거리 왔다리 갔다리 너와 내 chemistry All let it go let it 정신없는 거머리 절정의 symphony 저항 불가 gravity I'm top master T open T open master T open
Is that it? Well, not really a fan of that track. It's a little bit more chaotic, traditional rap-ish. The lyrics is very hard for me to understand. Obviously, again, I'm looking through the translation. I'm trying to understand what he's trying to say, but the lyrics ain't hitting. Maybe it's just because I'm not really getting the most accurate translation here. I'm looking through it and while I'm listening, and it just doesn't make any sense. Again, if we're just talking about like flow or like just track melody wise, again, it's a very decent track. I know the production is what I keep on mentioning. Even on this track, I feel like it's the weakest one we heard so far. Even this one, you can hear the production has been given full attention to. It's not like some half-baked song that is, he just released because, we got to feel the album. No, this is like an actually, well-produced song. And no matter if it's like good or not, it's okay. If last track was a 7, I'm gonna give this like a 6 to a 7. Like a 6.7, 6.7, maybe a 6.5. I'm just not feeling it. Maybe because the lyrics just not really hitting me the same way. I'm not sure who he's talking about. Not sure who he's dissing about. I'm not sure what he's trying to say. Maybe he's trying to diss on the soul people. Maybe he's trying to diss on the left wings and the right wings, as mentioned in one of his lyrics, one of his sentences. I don't really know what he's going for. He mentioned Dubai. He mentioned hot air balloon. He mentioned, I don't really know, museum. I don't know. It just sounds like him just trying to make up, just trying to put as many words that rhymes against each other into a sentence. But again, maybe I'm just not getting the right translation, which is why I feel like everything is kind of doesn't make sense. But yeah, I'll still give this song a solid 6 to a 7. Okay, but now let's move on to Desperado. Now this is the track that Top made a music video with. So I won't lie, I did listen to a little bit, but I don't quite remember. I don't quite remember the song because I think I just too like, how should I say, just keep on looking at the visual instead of listening to the song. So I'm gonna like seriously listen to it this time, and let's just hope it's gonna be better than this Soul Chaos.
Yeah. So special. Right. 모든 규경이 이뤄와 석양도 흘러나가 예쁜 보랏빛의 두 발다키 오 파라밤밤밤 디기다가 흥미로운 네 육덕 라인 도도한 척해 너의 높은 콧대와 이거 그대로도 몸을 섬지도 윤기가 흘러 대중복할래 폭발하는 잭팟 인생 한방 대한민국의 난 조금 유명한 친구 오늘부터 너의 생활은 좀 달라질걸 너무 mad We're born again 두둠둠 속삭임도 나긋나긋 so cool 말이 필요 없지 넌 신의 한수 이 밤의 온도는 so hot 여름 난 녹고 있는 고드름 So I love you, love you So special Right 짜릿한 분위기 모두 잊고 틱택톡 완전히 빙고 답이 없는 킹콩 그녀와 주고받는 빙퐁 리그리그링딩동 Yeah baby 소리 지르지 스레스레한 각도 Sometimes I'm a real gang 펄거gang 예쁜 문학서 우린 피카소금 Chemistry like Tom and Jerry Give me a clue I want to break your rules 너란 여자의 완벽히 흡수 햇빛에 달아오름 So I love you
Well, it's a decent track. Wow. Ain't gonna lie, bro. It's a little bit boring, as in like the beats and everything. But again, it's very well produced. If I just, try to ignore how tired I am, maybe it's just, the song is actually well produced as well. I do like it. I like the angle that is going. This track is less like what it was during the first half. The tracks that are in the first half, the tracks that are in the first half is more personal, more deep, more one-to-one, more emotional. But this track, or at least this half of the album, clearly is more like a flex, like a more typical rap songs. He does talk more about his status, does talk about more of his like abilities and his amazing lyricism and a lot of like that line of oh yeah, I am a reckless King Kong back and forth with her like a ping pong liggity liggity ding ding dong. My man's like doing a Kanye here. You know how Kanye just sometimes just say a bunch of words just because it sounds cool. It's kind of the thing in N-word in Paris. What does it mean? It doesn't mean anything. It's provocative. It gets the people going. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like that. And you know what? Again, I really, really like how unique Top's approach to rapping is. He's just having fun, the lyrics doesn't really matter most of the time. It's just, again, he's good with lyrics. He has good lyricism, but like he mixes very well between like the message of what he's trying to say with a little bit of goofiness, a little bit of like having like fun ad libs. He mixed them very well. So again, I can't really criticize anything, and I just really like it. But I wouldn't say I really like it, but I would just say that I'm not really a fan of the pacing, or at least the pace of the track. Maybe just because I'm a little bit tired. I'm not really into this slow, more slow beat. It sounds like a beat that's for like a mafia, or like a more, at least, very fitting with the MV, very fitting with that type of vibe. And yeah, I mean, it's just really good. I mean, I wouldn't say it's really good, but I'll give it a solid 7.5, which is shockingly the highest track that we have today. A little bit shocked because I thought it's going to be just as good as the first half, but again, maybe I'm like tired of everything, and this half that is less personal, more just flexing, more just like, more just, showing off his ego and all that, which is not a bad thing. All rappers does that, but maybe I'm just not a fan of it. Maybe it's just not really executed that well because it's less, deeply connected with it. But again, maybe, but again, I still like the track. Another Dimension, Holy Dude, is also a really good track. I do kind of forgot about it, so by the end we might have to really listen to a little bit chunk of the track so we can listen to him. Okay, but now let's move on to the next track. It's called For Fans, and I'm gonna guess this one's gonna be a lot more personal because it's literally for fans. So let's just see how it is. Let's go. Oh my god.
너와 나 잡은 손을 느낄 때 난 내가 두려워 시간이 멈춰버렸으면 내 실직이 두려워 빨줄 놓쳐 숨겨둔 것 한 곡씩 나눠듣는 그 행복 잠 못 이루는 밤엔 밤새잖아 멜로디 자장가 너와 나 잡은 손을 느낄 때 난 내가
Okay, this song is more of him just singing.
시간이 멈춰버렸으면 내 실직이 두려워 You're my go-kart car What's going on 이번 생은 너와 둘이 함께 Bravo What's going on 내 go-kart car 뾰족해도 우린 서로 G.O.P 연한이 달로 마른이 파서 Rockets 미친 광석 돌아오는 약속 사람의 환상 저대가 멜로 작동 그녀와 다툴 먼 길에 가야 하니 도무지 알 수 없는 눈빛 난 슬픈 두 눈빛 해치고 내 마침 헤어지자는 말도 했지 몇 번 세 번이 수백 번 단점이 많이 보여 괴로워 허나 장점이 훨씬 커 너와 나 잡은 손을 느낄 때 난 내가 두려워 시간이 멈춰버렸으면 내 실직이 두려워 You're my go-kart car What's going on 이번 생은 너와 둘이 함께 Bravo What's going on 내 go-kart car 뾰족해도 우린 서로 G.O.P 두려운 건지 가끔씩 우리 둘이 서로 떠나가 겁이 나 You're my go-kart car What's going on 이번 생은 너와 둘이 함께 Bravo What's going feel.
Okay. That was a bit more jammy, a bit more club, a bit more pop track, I guess. Hold on, give me a second. I just have to reply to my friends. Oh damn! Look at that. I gotta fix a lot of things. Um. Okay. Okay. Let's just talk about this track again. It's for fans, so maybe because I'm not really his like core fans, I'm not that attached to him, and also I don't really feel anything out of the lyrics and everything. And again, I don't want to say these are the lyrics because these are all just community translated, and by community I mean by a few people. But again, it seems like a very very heartfelt, very close, heart to one type of lyrics made here. It's just him, telling to his fans and all that, how you know how they help him throughout the tough times. And even though he said break out 1,000 times and all that, and he still sees the goods in them. There's one line really weird to me. It is like very very true. There's like saw your flaws and it hurts me, but your good outweighs it all. And I feel like that's a very very beautiful line. It's just like um he sees what's bad about having all this big fan base and all that, yet he still remembers the good times, the good things about them. So he is pointing out that he's a little bit uncomfortable, at least not a fan of his fans behavior or doings during those times or even now, but he still loves them because he understands that these fans are, at the end of the day, they still love him. And it's a very beautiful line. I like it. But again, maybe because I'm not his core fans, I don't really feel anything from this track. Again, it's a very decent track. Again, very well produced. You can tell they put in all attention into this. He paid full attention into this track, even though it is probably not the track that he focused on the most, but he's still well focused enough to 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 sounds good, sounds well produced. I'm sorry, that's just so many things going on. All right, we got like 2 more tracks to go, but I'm gonna have to go to the toilet for a while. So give me a second, give me a minute, and I'll be back soon. And I'll go to the toilet for a little bit. And I'll be back soon. I'll play a little bit of music for you guys, just so you guys won't get bored or whatever. Oh my god, my internet is not used. It's not moving. What the hell are these? Okay. Add a bit of music. Okay, I'm gonna go toilet for a little bit. You guys chill over here. All right, I'm back after a while. Man, I really had to go. And sometimes you got to go, you gotta go. You know what I'm saying? Like that was a moment where I have to go, so I had to go. And it went. But yeah, we're back here. Let me stop this stupid ass music. Sorry for letting you guys listen to that. I'm gonna continue with this. I'm so sorry. It's just now I had to go. Like literally, I had to go, so I did go. But don't worry, we're gonna go straight back to this. Let's go. So sorry, it's just all over the place. Today's stream is all over the place. So all over the place. I really just want to go to sleep after this. But let's move on to the next track. Stendhal's Syndrome.
Tempo. 분위기는 smooth tempo. Right. Turn around. 분위기는 smooth tempo. Turn around, back home. Turn around.
더 나쁜 길 너갈 수 있는데 아무것도 기댈 것도 없을 때 막다른 길 너는 부실게 내 음악에 널 안아줄게
네가 얼마나 오래 기다렸는지 우리 처음 만난 날에 첫날 밤을 지워 해가 뜨기 전 새벽이 참 어둡다더니 난 사회랑 그 구사이던 티켓 머리 나 원래 왕따 넌 잠이 많은 요정 디스코 팡팡 난 술고래 주정 나 원래 왕따 오로지 창자 넌 잠이 많은 요정 난 사회 왕따 knock pow
더 나쁜 길 너갈 수 있는데 아무것도 기댈 것도 없을 때 막다른 길 너는 부실게 내 음악에 널 안아줄게
지구밖 달려행도 보류식 완벽한 그 figure You my sensation 세게 때려박지 뇌리에 번쩍 영감이 막 흘러 You give me Stendhal syndrome Good morning lady You walking with my killer case Coffee도 꿰디 Prefer overact vanity Gonna make money for us 난 희망에는 아침 식사 함께 써더 비스 경매 일정을 논의해 또 매일에 들어가 고민해 매일 삶미술 작품들에 오늘 설치한 헤드쉐 감상의 팝 샴페인 There was then, this is now We are hang, say your hand
더 나쁜 길 너갈 수 있는데 아무것도 기댈 것도 없을 때 막다른 길 너는 부실게 내 음악에 널 안아줄게
A little bit of sample.
Turn around, back home
Oh, it's not a sample. It's just made it sound like a sample.
Turn around 지구밖 달려행도 보류식 완벽한 그 figure You my sensation 세게 때려박지 뇌리에 번쩍 영감이 막 흘러 You give me Stendhal syndrome 세게 때려박지 뇌리에 번쩍 영감이 막 흘러 You give me Stendhal syndrome 세게 때려박지 뇌리에 번쩍 영감이 막 흘러 You give me Stendhal syndrome
Oh shit. That was it. That was Stendhal Syndrome. Mate, not gonna lie, bro. The tracks that we listened to today, ain't gonna lie, it's not that strong. Desperado was probably the more memorable one of the tracks that we listened to so far. This Stendhal Syndrome. Um, Again, it's not a bad track. Again, as I said, very well produced. Same as every single track that's been on this album so far. It's just that I don't feel anything unique out of it. It's still a really good track though. I do like the lyrics of the chorus where he just keep on repeating that I could go down an even worse path when there's nowhere at all to lean on. So that's pretty much just him saying that he could have went into a very different direction and just get into a deeper hole and deeper trouble than he was already after the controversy and all that. But somehow he's able to come back because of music and all that. And I really do feel like he really wants to give himself another chance on this music stuff. And again, it's very personal lyrics. Just the hook, the melody, and the everything just doesn't really hit that well on this track itself. But I still give it a solid 7 because for me a 7. Okay, here's the thing: if a track 7. If I gave a track 7 out of 10, that means I'm okay with listening to the song. If it came out of radio, if it just got into my shuffle, I wouldn't try to skip it. I wouldn't try to do anything about it. That's a 7 out of 10. And 8 out of 10, it's a song that I'm gonna be happy to hear it in my shuffle, but I wouldn't really want to repeat it. A 9 out of 10, it's a song that I'm happy to hear in my shuffle, and I'll be happy to repeat it more than once. A 10 out of 10, it's a song that I would go through the shuffle list in order to click on it, to play it, and let it repeat tons of times. So that's how I scored it. So if I give a track 7 out of 10, it just pretty much means that it's a good track, and I wouldn't mind listening to it. It's a good track. So yeah, it is a good track. And that's pretty much it. That's all I can really say about this Stendhal Syndrome. But with that said, ladies and gentlemen, we're going into our last track of the album. Also the last track of the day. And after this, I'm going to do a full rating of the entire tracks and the whole album overall. But hopefully we can end the album with a solid track, because the name of the track is Be Solid. So hopefully it is solid, and be solid, please.
조금만 어둠에 들어가네 멘탈은 가끔 ever got down 난 되고 싶어 포근한 이 매일 쓰고 싶어 널 위한 시 그냥 슬픈 눈에 흘러비 되고 싶어 보다 좋은 이 난 되고 싶어 포근한 이 매일 쓰고 싶어 널 위한 시 그냥 슬픈 눈에 흘러비 되고 싶어 I wanna be more solid 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 보다 포근 solid 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 wanna be more solid yeah 나는 달빛 뛰어가는 멘탈은 가끔 ever got down 난 되고 싶어 포근한 일 매일 쓰고 싶어 널 위한 시 그냥 슬퍼 눈에 흘러 비 되고 싶어 보다 좋은 난 되고 싶어 포근한 일 매일 쓰고 싶어 널 위한 시 그냥 슬퍼 눈에 흘러 비 되고 싶어 I wanna be more solid 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 보다 포근 solid 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 wanna be more solid
Wow. That is a good track to end with. It really, again, a very, very emotionally heavy and also very personal track. Again, it's just him talking about his regrets, his his feelings. Again, keep on going back to the things he experienced, and he's just keep on mentioning it, and you can't blame him because it impacted him so much, and it feels like an apology track. This track feels like an apology track for all his fans and everyone that looked up to him. And I think this is a very beautiful song. I like it. I like the lyrics. I like the very, very slow, very, very personal, simple beats and all. I like it, Be solid, and it is solid. So he's telling himself to be solid, be solid. I want to be a warm person. I want to be a more comfortable person. I want to write poems for you. I want to do all these things for you. And I want to be more solid. And these are all his plea towards his fans and all that. And it's a very reassuring way to end the album with, so that his fans will at least know that top he will still be there. He will still make music and all that. And I just find it very heartwarming. It's a very heartwarming track. I like it. With that said, it's time for us to do the thing that we do at the end of all this album review. I'm gonna turn this chat off because we're about to do something crazy. It's not really crazy, but we're just gonna do a rating now. Oops. So as you can see, we have a lot of things here. Now these are the tracks or the tracks that we gave out for the BTS Irang album. As you can see, it didn't really go well because I did feel like the tracks itself has too many imperfections. It sounds rushed. It sounds not complete, which is why I am very surprised to hear today's project, which is this top project, to be so much better and very, very personal, very, very strong. I liked it. But with that said, we gotta do the rating. Let's start off with the first track of the album, Self Crucifixion. I feel like it's a very, very strong way to start the lyric. What? The album. How do you spell this shit? Fiction. Okay. I like how straightforward it is. I like how he able to fill in the context of the entire album, or at least the context of this comeback, with just news samples from the news, like news report. He just used those as samples. It's a very classic thing to do in like rap, right? But he did it very well, filling a lot of context, and it gives out a bit of perspective on what the album's gonna be. I liked it. I'm gonna give it a solid 7.5 out of 10. let's give it a little bit listen, right? Just before we give a final score. You know what? I might give it an 8. You know, it's a very decent track. Maybe not. 8 is a bit too much. It's not 8. But yeah, again, it's a very decent way to start the album, and I like it. Now let's move on to the second track, The Giant. Let's refresh ourselves with how it sounds like.
Our music.
This track is also pretty good, not gonna lie. Still pretty good. Oh, yo, what's up, Kali? What's up, Kali? Here we go again. Today is bad. What's up, man? What's bad about today? I mean, you know, the day hasn't been great for me, but you know, hopefully it's not bad for you. But you know, let's get back to this The Giant. I also really like this album, The Giant. It's also a very solid track. It's very strong. It has very strong hook, very well produced beat and all that. I'm gonna give it a solid 8 out of 10. Yeah. Don't skip the track. Your attention span. Nah, mate. Well, we already listened to this entire album for the past 2 days, and right now I'm just giving myself a little bit of refresh on how the track is, so that I can, you know, remember my scoring of it. But yeah, The Giant is an amazing track. I give it a solid 8 out of 10. Again, it's a very strong vocal for top, and the lyrics, everything is not the best, but it's still a good one. But again, it's an 8 out of 10 for me. But let's move on to Studio 54, which I think is one of his stronger tracks in this album. Okay, let's give ourselves a little refresher. I mean, just hear the freaking sample loop is amazing. Listen to Army Dreamer song. Army Dreamer song. What is that? I'm not sure what is that. Army Dreamer. Is it like a track from Army? But yes, this Studio 54. I like how it's like. It sounds like a club track, you know. I like this track again. I'm gonna give it again a solid 8 out of 10. Again, a very good track. But it's actually, you know what? Now I already bumped up Giant, because yesterday I was thinking of Giant as like 7, right? But now that I felt like Giant is an 8, I feel like Studio 54 should be like an 8.5 too. So I'm gonna do that 8.5 for the Giant. For Studio 54. You know what? I think that's pretty decent, you know? Okay, I don't know why the box is so small. Let me put it up a little bit. There we go. Yeah, Studio 54, 8.5. Decent track. But the next track, which I think is the best track of the entire album, A Small Filthy Window. Let's have a little bit of listen while I type this out. No, it's not this part. This part is not really impressive. Okay, that's enough. But this track, I like it because it's very personal. The hook fits very well with the lyrics. The lyrics, again, is a very deep, very personal lyrics. It's like an apology. Again, it's like a one to heart. one to heart, one-to-one conversation with his fans. And I really do like how detailed the lyrics is. Yeah, this is my favorite track of the album. I might give it a 9 out of 10. A 9 out of 10. Oh, is that too far though? I never really thought I would put this song at 9 out of 10. It's a good track, but he's not a 9 out of 10, man. Now, you know what? I'm gonna do it 8 out of 10. And no, 8.5 out of 10. So it's the same rating as what's this? Studio 54. I think they're about the same level. I do like the lyrics in the Small Filthy Show window this track a bit more, but we gotta talk about the balance. Balance wise, this is not that crazy like a 9, because 9 out of 10 is a track that I'm really in love with, but this is not a 9. But yeah, it's still a strong track though. So let's move on to the 5th track. Army Dreamer Song. Mate, I don't know what is Army Dreamer Song, bro. You gotta explain it to me. So we got Zero Coke. Zero Coke again. This is a track that again impresses me when I listen to it again before I start the stream. Is again a very, very sweet song. I like how sentimental the instrumental is. I mean, hear this. I like it. I like the instrument. I like this intro. Amazing. And then open your eyes. I just really like this track. Again, yesterday it was a 7 for me. No, it was a 7.5 for me, but because how much I liked it again on the second listen, I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. So, oh shit, that's not an 8. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. So yeah, I really do like a lot of the tracks in the first half is amazing, but let's move on to the tracks that we listened to today, which I might actually have to listen to a bit more, because I ain't gonna lie, they aren't that memorable. But let's give another listen to Another Dimension. This thing, how does it go again? This is the one where he like screaming and all that. Oh yeah, this one. Yeah, okay. I like that second part of the track. I remember listening to this track. The first half is really not that decent to listen to, but this second half I really do like it. So Another Dimension. Holy dude. That's the name. I can't even fit it in here. Whatever. It's a decent. I like the second half, but the first half is a little bit weak. Still a decent track. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10. Okay. Search for it in YouTube. I'll do it after. But we gotta finish this up. Okay. So Chaos. Now this one is the one that I'm a little bit confused on. It's kind of like a diss track. It sounds like a diss track. The lyrics is a diss track. So it's like firing shots towards like the Seoul people. A little bit of flexing as well. Yeah, if you actually see how I reacted to it, it wasn't really that amazing of a track. But again, it's not a bad track. I will give it a solid 6.5. It's a 6.5. Maybe it's just maybe because the translation lyrics that I looked at wasn't perfect. I couldn't really understand what he's trying to do. But that track was so lyrics dependent, because of the beats and the melody is a little bit on the cliche, a little bit on the, what's the word? Not unique. I wouldn't say not unique. It's like on the cliche side. It depends a lot on the lyrics to make it sound good. But yeah, 6.5. I think it's a good rating. Let's give a Desperado a listen. Oh, sorry. Now Desperado. It's a decent track. It's just that one part throw me off a lot. This part. Like, what the hell is going on? But it's not a bad track. It's probably one of the more memorable track that we listened to today. So I'm not gonna be too harsh on it. Desperado. How do you spell that shit? It's Desperado. I'm gonna give it a solid 7. It's a 7.5 maybe. I'll give it a 7.5. It's a better track of the day. But yeah, I don't really have much to talk about it. But as we move on to now, these two tracks, I ain't gonna lie, they're a little bit of a sleeper, as in like you will sleep listening to them. For fans, and maybe because I'm not, his core fans, didn't really like this track. It's more of a pop track. It's more of a pop track. Even the instrumental, everything, the beats, everything. It's a bit of a pop track. It's not that engaging. It's not that exciting of a track. I'm gonna give it a solid 6 out of 10. Again, it's just very okay. Now let's move on to what's next. What's next after this? Stendhal Syndrome. I think this is probably again another not so good track. Stendhal Syndrome. Let's look at this.
Tempo.
I kind of forgot about this track.
Tempo. Right.
7 out of 10. It's just a 7 out of 10 track. Again, it's not crazy. It's not amazing. But it's not, impressive or exciting to hear. But I do like the next track that we have here, which is the ending track. Oops. The ending track. Be Solid. I think that I really like the lyrics. I really like how, a bit more personal, a bit more emotional. The beats and everything is also very solemn. Production is also very solemn. And just a very solid track. Solid, be solid, be solid. I'm gonna give it a solid 8 out of 10. Again, a very good track. So it is a very overall much better album than what we listened to on I don't know when, which is the BTS Arirang album. This is way better than that. But now it's time for me to give an overall score for this. Now, what should I give it? Overall, my feeling on the album, I'm not gonna lie, I do like it, but the second half of the album really did push me off a little bit. Is that a word? No. made me feel a little bit, it doesn't feel as good as it is. But that's just how album is. It's not always all the tracks in the album is gonna sound good. But it's a decent album. Or at least it's just that all of the strong tracks are on the first half, and then only Be Solid is the other track that I care more about. But overall, this is a really, really good album. I think anyone who is curious about how Top went through this tough phase that he faced, and also anyone who's like wondering what's going to happen next, they can just listen to this album and you'll get a lot of context, a lot of insight into how Top is a person, and how he viewed the situation, how he sees the past. And I think it's a very interesting album to listen to. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a solid 8 out of 10. A very solid 8 out of 10. It's a very solid 8 out of 10 track. And yeah, I guess that's that. That's that. That's a track to go. That's a track to go. Yeah. Yo, what's up, Kali, man? What are you doing, man? Spamming emotes? All right, I don't know what you're doing, Callie, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Man, I've been streaming for like an hour or something. This is probably one of the most tiring stream I ever did for this past few days. And again, I'm gonna say today I've been very, very tired. Um, I did not have enough good sleep yesterday, so I'm gonna try to get good sleep today. So after this, I might just jump straight into bed. And yeah, I want to say thanks to everyone who came by, listened to the songs, and support a little bit. Checking the YouTube spam system is working or not. I don't think it's working since you got spamming all those emails. But but yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. We're gonna do something else tomorrow. I don't know what's gonna be. I'm just trying to see if I can do a lot more stuff at this daily stream thing. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys.